Are you feeling my look of? So this here car here, year ago, whatever, I did a bunch of, well, I don't know how many videos I did on this thing. A few, anyways. What's happened? So you see here, we got a problem. To be honest, I'm not taking responsibility for the problem and for what happened. What happened is, there's bodywork here. Somebody else had put quarter panels on this car, and they've done a poor job of it. And part of the job is the only way to fix what they done putting quarters on would have been to put a full factory quarter on it. You can't do that because they don't make that. And you're not going to find a car that's clean enough to slice full factory quarters off of to make it worth doing to this car. So I done what I could and tried to clean things up as best I could and make it a little bit better. And then there's bodywork involved, absolutely. But what happened here, oddly enough, and this is, I've been doing this since here in my own gig here since 2005. I started doing this. This is the first time, and I'm not patting my own, I'm not nothing, but in that time, this is the first time that I've had a comeback of work that failed. The odd thing is that it did the exact same thing on both sides of the car. There's filler work up in here, and the filler work cracked on both sides of the car in the exact same spot, on both sides, right above the wheel. So I don't know. Can't say. It didn't crack. I mean, there's filler there, and I've been doing this since 2005, and I ain't never had that happen to me before. It's not an abusive product. It's not. The hell was that? Did you hear that? I did. Stuff's happening here. Huh. Anyways, so the bottom line is, honestly, I'm not taking responsibility for the failure in the job. I don't know what's happened. I mean, I can tell you what's happened. Somehow, this car has flexed. It had to have. Something went either that way or the other way, one or the other. It either did this or it did that, one or the other. And it's right through the wheel well is where it moved. It flexed and the filler cracked. It moved enough to crack the filler. And actually part of the reason of why the filler probably cracked is because I did a huge part of the work on this car in fiberglass filler, whatever you want to call it. Marglass, kitty hair, tiger hair, I don't give a shit what you call it. That's what I did the majority of it with. And that shit gets hard. And I think that was probably the problem. I think when this car was done originally, it probably just would have been body filler on it, and it would have been thick. And I moved metal around a little bit, so it wasn't going to be as thick. And then I used that stuff thinking that it's going to be the way to go. But I think that shit gets so hard that it cracked, because you can't flex it. It just busted. So I suppose you could say that that's my fault, but I ain't buying it, because for some reason this car moved, and I don't know why it would have moved. I hate Dodges. So that's my explanation for it, is I hate Dodges. And I think subsequently, the lion's share of Dodges out there hate me. We got a hate thingamabob going on. So I am doing both quarter panels. Unfortunately, on these cars, this car, the majority of cars, there's nowhere to cut a quarter off. So I'm doing the roof too. So what I don't want to do though is, if you go back a year ago or so when I did this car, there's as much clear underneath this car as there's on top of it. Wouldn't recommend it. That's what they wanted to do done. That's what I done. So I don't want to coat the thing. I mean, I painted the gas tank and the diff, like everything underneath there, all the black underneath is gloss black. And the floors are clear coated purple and. That's what they want, that's what they got, that's what it is. So I don't want to be blasting, where I'm going with this is I don't want to be blasting overspray everywhere under there, because it's got eyes. Overspray, once you start spraying it, it marches around and it knows where it's going, and it'll get there. So the less I can blast around, the better. That, and I don't like trying to do blends. I hate blends. And if there's a way for me to get away from getting down on my hands and knees and blending the rocker panel on this thing, either that or I'd have to go right up to the fender. I don't really want to do that. And like I say, I don't want to coat everything underneath. It would be tough to seal it in the wheelhouse and everything. Once I'm getting down there, it would be tough to try to get it sealed. I've done it before, and it's not much fun. Whereas this way, if I can do this with a plastic, it kind of clings to the floor better, and any of my spraying of the product is up higher. I'm not down here spraying, shooting it underneath the car like I would be if I was doing that rocker panel. I'd be forcing it under there. This way, I'm not gonna. And these cars have protruding, whatever, they got a body line here and all the way around, and it's a pretty good one. So I've done this. I haven't done it on one of these cars. I've done it on fender tops and door tops, you know what I'm saying, with a good line on it like that. And what I'm going to do down there, and what I've done in the past up there that worked out pretty well for me, is I have masked down half an inch or so, give or take. Oh, just a minute. Oh, son of a bitch. Oh, holy jumpins. I think I got a head rush from that. Here, just a minute. Here, watch this. There, how's that? Again. Damn it, I gotta get up again. Oh, cock. So what I'm gonna do, I have masked down half an inch or so underneath that line. And I have already wiped this car down with the degreaser, dried it off. So now we will do a bunch of this, like that. And I'm going to soft edge it, is the phrase. The phrase that pays. So the whole idea behind this is you could try to mask right along that line, and it would probably be easier to do that, and then paint down to there, and hopefully they wouldn't really notice that. What I'm going to do here is I am going to take some 1.5 inches, and I'm going to, you know what I'm saying? Just going to layer it on there. And then we'll go up. Don't stick it right to the top. And then we'll get that out of my way. And then we'll kind of pull this down. Now I don't really want to go down onto the paint, unsanded paint. But you can kind of see as you're pulling it down. I'll take her down to that body line. And then we'll just let her hang over like that there. And then the whole idea behind it, oh, I hear a cat. That's not a good idea. I'm going to have to go eject a cat out of here. I can hear her in here somewhere. But she'll cause a problem in the blink of an eye, I'll tell you what. Getting back to it. So what'll happen here is this is making a rolled edge on the surface, just like that. That's what the tape looks like. This is the tape, and that's the car. So when I clear it, it's kind of going to have a knifed edge along the edge of the tape, right? Instead of it being a hard line, that's going to leave me a hard edge there, it'll be like a knifed edge, the edge of the clear. And what I do when I do this is, while the clear is still liquid, then I'll remove this tape. And theoretically, and in the past, once I've done that, remove that tape, as that tape cures up, as that clear, as it cures up, you know, in the next few hours and overnight, it shrinks as the solvent stuff come out of it. The clear coat shrinks as it cures. So now as it shrinks along that edge, that knifed edge of my clear, well, it's going to shrink even more too. And I've done it in the past on a line like that I didn't have to go back and touch it because you could not find the edge of that clear. So that's what we're hoping for. I don't know if this line's sharp enough for that. I mean, I'll know for sure if it worked after I clear it when I pull the tape. That'll tell me there will be no question. But like I say, I have already wiped it. I don't wipe it before I mask it. A lot of people say that's the way to go. I don't care. I don't do it like that. For me, wiping it and tacking it is the last thing I do before paint. Wipe it down and then tack it off. So I mask it first. There's a little curve there that's going to be bitchy to try to deal with here. Anyways, that's why it's already been wiped. Yeah, this isn't, what am I going to do here? I guess I'll do that. And I'll do that. Sometimes it's difficult being smarter than what you're working with. That's what people have always told me. You just got to be smarter than what you're working with. Well, that's not. Sometimes that's easier said than done, especially for me. Yeah, okay, that'll do it. That'll do, donkey. That'll do. All right. So, anyways, you get the gist of it. That's what I'm going to go on and do here. Oh, there you go. So this is what I'm talking about. This is what it's going to look like. That's what it looks like when I do it anyways. I don't know. I don't think this is, like, I ain't saying I pioneered this. I'll guarantee you other people do this. Because I don't know what else you're going to do. But like I said, both sides, same damage, both sides. Don't get it. Don't know. But like I said, just kind of sneak up to that body line and then just, you know, come down into the shiny, just stick her back up there and pull it back again. Corners are bitchy to try to make, but that's what we're working with. That's what I'm talking about. I'm even going to put on a new sperm suit. When you're watching videos of all them other superstars, you know, all them pro hot rod builders and whatnot that are making their YouTube videos, and they're painting something and they're wearing pair of jammies and a wool sweater while they're painting, and they're coming up with these show car finishes. Those guys know somebody who can polish. I hate polishing. That's a good one right there. I got you. All right, I done stuff. It's wet. Did I say it's wet? Because it's pretty wet. Let's not make any off-color commentary on any kind of comparisons as to just how wet it is. It's wet. So this is about the time when I would want to peel this tape off. So this is what decides if this video even goes on air or not. How's that? Good? Good. All right, so this is tricky. This will hurt your feelings in a hurry. One of the things that you can run into with this is, I don't know what you call it and why it does it. It just likes to make people's life a nightmare. But quite often when you're trying to peel tape back, it'll want to fold back on itself. I don't know if I'm explaining that right, but that's what it does, and it'll fold back on itself and it'll screw up what you're trying to do. So you want to try to kind of pull down with it. You see the way it's folding up there? That's what I'm talking about. So you got to be careful. Because if I stick the tape into the clear I just put on there, well, that's not helping me none, is it? I'm so tight right now, I'm probably puckering your arsehole. Like I said, it's dripping wet right now, and the whole idea is that whatever edge I've got there, it'll kind of, as it cures up, it'll shrink and kind of disappear, hopefully. Here's hoping, right? The gloves are a gas too. So I don't really know how well this is going to show up on the old video, but I don't know. Yeah, you can't even see what I'm talking about here, can you? Hi! But yeah, I can see it and it works. So you just got to take my word for it. So, yeah, I don't know. You got to be careful doing this, because when you're spraying clear over sanded clear, that shit, it just wants to dive on you. It just wants to run right off of there. And whenever I'm doing something like this, I generally try to do that. Well, I still got clear in my gun. But yeah, anyways, come out good. It's a lot of work for that. One of the worst parts about all this, oh yeah, I did do blends there, is I can't guarantee that's not going to crack again, but I can guarantee that I'm not going to be the one fixing it. See ya.